How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be featuring the Brest, the tier 8 French large cruiser. This match, XP wise, honestly wasn't the greatest, but for whatever reason this match just felt extremely satisfying to play. Uh, I don't know what it was. Brest just smashing things and I guess cooking things. Also being on this flank all alone, as you can see on the minimap. The two ships that spawned with me just simply left and went to the middle island to hide and conserve their HP. But we're going to do what the Brest does, and that is push out to the flank and see what kind of crossfires we could possibly create, or even just simply, find broadsides to shoot at. We do have a 10.1 kilometer concealment, just simply using concealment mod in the third slot. So these things, concealment is very good. So we can kind of get into these positions and benefit from it. So pushing on the flank, we spot an enemy Pryson. And this is a pretty good opportunity to try and see what our reload boost with Sarika would do. That gives us 30% dispersion. Dispersion, pretty good. We do 19,700. Let's just say 20,000 damage. And then the second salvo that we're able to fire with our reload boost looks pretty good. That 30% dispersion doing some wondrous things. And we do 21k. So pretty much an instant 40k damage on that Pryson. And yeah, at this point, now it's time to kind of run away, because it is a lot of trouble if we're going to get focused down by a Pryson and a Conch while we're all by ourselves because our team left. Also, this build, I'm like 80% sure I'm using Lemonnier, so I could go unspotted much sooner, because otherwise we would be going unspotted 20 seconds after firing. So now it's 15 while using Lemonnier, which I think does help, especially with our good concealment, because we do want to try and not get chunked too badly or focus down, and then we can kind of go in and out of detection more often. Enemy Conch pushing in, we switch to HE. This ship's HE can be fairly trolly at times. It's not the greatest fire chance, but battleships probably are running flammable cannoneer, which definitely does help. We set a double fire on this Conch, and now we're just going to let it burn. I'm going to wait for the Conch to DCP that, and then we can go ahead and set him on another perma double fire. So we're just going to let him burn, and we're going to see what we can do, see what kind of positioning we can get on him. Ideally, he'd probably just turn away and run, so I'm just going to probably prepare myself for that. If not, I mean, he's not damage conning this, he's also not healing. So there's a good chance I might be able to finish him off with our next reload boost. Although, if he does pop his heal, then we will kind of need to worry about that. Just pushing up into the corner, see if we can get behind his guns, which would be great, because then that way he would have to go broadside, and then it'll just take longer for him to get all of his guns on target. He gets close enough that we're going to get spotted, so I just fire anyway. And we get lucky with another double fire, one on the front of his ship and one on the back. This fire, he is also going to let burn, which is kind of weird. I mean, I don't know, maybe he's just upset already about this match. But yeah, Conch just on fire. Actually, he might have damage card now since he's not actually losing HP. I set a third fire, and I think he does finally DCP that. I keep HE loaded because I'm kind of hoping that we can set him on a permafire. And then have that tick while we also have our reload boost going, and then we can switch to AP. We set another double fire. So this Conch is just having basically no fun at all. We're just going to keep charging in. We do kind of have to stay angled just in case. I think I popped my reload boost a little too early because the second reload isn't going to be completed in time. And then we won't have that additional dispersion. On top of that, he incaps one of our turrets, unfortunately. So now we're just going to have one turret. And, well, I don't know if we actually reload in time before Conch does. So I just simply start turning away. Brest and this alternate French cruiser line technically should have improved secondary accuracy, kind of on par with Massachusetts, although in this game they don't have range, so yeah, not nearly as useful, although the BA stuff I'm pretty sure should have a secondary version of Brest, which might be kind of interesting. But yeah, kind of a decent start to the match. A Pryson and a Colombo. I mean, we did that instant 40k, which was pretty interesting. And well, now we're just trying to close the gap on this destroyer that's basically sitting in his smoke. There's also a friendly battleship in C that I guess he's been trying to deal with, but there's not a whole lot of places for him to go. We have a friendly cruiser in B as well. So as long as we keep closing the distance, I mean, there's not a good chance that the Gearing gets away. He could go into our spawn, but then he's basically going to be useless for the rest of the match, especially with all the islands. There's not a whole lot of places for him to go. Friendly battleship turned back in to go towards the smoke, and cap is still contested. We finally get spotted. We're trying to figure out where this destroyer is at. We don't go unspotted, and the Gearing gets spotted on the right side of the island. I was kind of expecting him to be in front of us, but friendly Ruprecht was more than ready for the enemy Gearing. Enemy Venezia at the back of the map in their spawn. I kind of pop another reload boost a little prematurely here. So now we have to switch targets, and we take a pot shot at this enemy Delaware. He doesn't have a whole lot of HP, so I'm kind of hoping we can finish him off. Unfortunately, we do not. And then he starts accelerating to try and run away from us. And unfortunately, he speeds up enough that our shells can't really get there in time. Enemy Venezia kiting in the back, hoping he goes broadside at some point. There still is enemy Musashi on the other team, so I'm kind of also hoping for an opportunity to shoot at his broadside, although we kind of already wasted our reload boost, so now we're not going to get that 30% dispersion, and then guarantee ourselves the most accurate salvo that we could possibly get. Enemy Venezia just going to keep kiting at the back of the map. Musashi is kind of trying to leave the island that he's been sitting on. There are ships behind him, and we're trying to push to the left to get that broadside. We try to aim for under the turret, but unfortunately we don't lead enough, and we actually encap his turret funnily. Now I really wish we had our reload boost, but we're 30 seconds out, and our main guns are just simply going to reload normally. Musashi gonna get wrecked by our Ruprecht. I fire a salvo, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, shells just decided to land short, and we only got one citadel. Also, some of our shells hit the island, so I'm not sure if there was a lot of ghost shells or what, but kind of unfortunate. Venezia pushing in, trying to get a broadside on that Musashi again, but he's charging towards a Ruprecht. Wisconsin on that left flank deletes the Venezia, and unfortunately, Musashi gets killed off by Ruprecht a little too quickly. But yeah, I mean, overall, I feel like we did a pretty good job on our flank, dealing with it on our own while our team abandoned us. But yeah, fairly entertaining Brest match. But that's it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more, and share with your friends, and leave a comment down below for the ships you want to see in the future. But anyway, guys, till next time, aloha.